Hello. How are you, Chris?
I'm fantastic. How are you? I lost my voice on the weekend because I was so excited and I was singing around the house about this Queer-A-Thon and then I lost my voice. So,
You know
uh,
what? I think a raspy voice can be really fun
right?
sometimes. So you're
Hi,
fine.
it's
Yeah.
Chris Paul Rainbows.
Yes. I love that. That's perfect.
Great.
Oh my gosh. But okay. Hi. Thank you so much for being here.
Of course, it's my pleasure.
I'm so excited. So for those of you that don't know, this is Chris Paul Rainbow's Farius. Farius, did I say that right?
That's how I've been being. That's how I've been referred to my entire life. But it's Farias. But
Farius.
I do get fairy ass quite a bit.
Okay.
Um, but Farias. But it's okay. I'm Chris Paul Rainbows online.
Chris Paul Rainbows, they, them pronouns. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Rayleigh Sweet. I'm the assistant manager of education at It Gets Better. Also, they, them pronouns. But Chris, I want to do a little intro of you and who you are. So I'm going to read your bio that was
Oh
on the
no,
website. Yes.
embarrassing.
No, like, we gotta hype you up. We gotta shout out
Well,
who you are, where you
I
come from, and
just
then we'll get into like a little Q&A.
okay.
Okay. So Chris here is a children's author and illustrator dedicated to creating a world where everyone feels like they belong. They write 2S LGBTQIA plus picture books that speak directly to the hearts of the littlest readers and spark conversations that help build compassion and strength, our empathy muscles. Ooh, I like that.
Mhm.
With Guinea Pigs Don't Wear Pants, Chris has worked to expand representation in children's books, especially for queer, non-binary, and trans identities. Yay! Representation of all identities is not only imperative in creating empathetic humans, it is life-saving. They believe that 2S LGBTQIA plus children's literature should be joyous, colorful, and accessible for everyone. Yes.
I don't know who wrote that, but it's right on the nose. It's right on the nose.
It's beautiful. It's wonderful. And it's exactly, I 100% resonate with this. I love it.
Oh,
I love how colorful you are and joyful you are. And it really like shines through in everything you do. And especially in the book with Guinea Pigs Don't Wear Pants.
I
I
know.
love
I know.
it. Okay,
Thank you.
let's dive into it. Tell me about this book. What inspired you to write it?
Oh, a couple things inspired me to write it actually. I do a lot of educating online, specifically on TikTok. I get a lot of comments, some good, some not so good.
Mhm.
And I was just trying to explain to adults, because I'm talking to adults all day long, the difference between sex and gender, because it's, it's the
Mhm.
same thing. It's, that mindset.
Uh-huh.
And I was just look. I have a plethora of pets here at my house. And I was looking at my guinea pigs, and I was like, the guinea pigs don't wake up in the morning going, "Should I put on a dress or should I put on pants? What am I? What? How am I gonna present?" Animals don't have gender. They have sex. My guinea pigs have. Well, they don't. They're all male, so they don't. But they have a sex, but they
Right.
don't experience gender. So I was explaining to that and online, and someone was like, "This would make a really good kids book." So I kind of took that idea of like this really fun way of explaining that we get to with gender, we get to experience it any way we want. It's an open box and anybody gets to play with the lipstick or the cowboy hat or whatever's in that box. And it 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 kind of turned into something that I wish I would have seen as as
Mm.
a gender queer person and a gender queer kid a long time ago. I wish I would have seen that in a book to give me the just I don't know, the acknowledgement that I existed and other people like me existed and it was okay to be who I was and it wasn't shameful. And then the book turned into this queer joy celebration of being exactly who you are.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for taking that inspiration and going with it. It is,
Yeah.
yeah, it is really, really inspiring. It reminds me, I, was babysitting most of my like high school, college career. And there was a moment where I was in the closet while I was babysitting. I didn't want to I just didn't want to enter that territory. I'm here for the kids. I'm here to take care of them. But so I didn't know what the family's vibe was. But there was at one point after babysitting them multiple times that they picked out a kid's book, and it was a queer kids book. And I like was tearing up reading it to them. And it just like it was a moment where I was like, oh, like this exists. This is important. Like I'm safe here as a babysitter, and these kids get to grow up with that. So I'm so excited that you're creating those moments for kids moving forward, like
And
more and more of those moments.
those stories of diversity, inclusion, celebrating differences, those aren't just for people who are quote unquote different. They're for everyone, so that when we will meet someone who is different from us at some point in our life, sooner rather than later, we come to them with understanding, compassion already built in, we're ready to again not only accept but celebrate them for who they are.
100%. And I think this book does exactly that. It really like creates the space for that learning. I like to there's like this saying in teacher culture, I don't know if you've heard of it. It's windows and mirrors, where you're trying to find books and representation for kids that's either a window into someone else's life or a mirror to reflect your own. And this book,
I love that.
Yeah, and so this book is both for different people.
Yeah, it's like really a window mirror. It's like one of those. On one side it's a mirror, on the other side it's a window. It's a privacy mirror.
Yeah. Absolutely. I love it. Well, I mean, kind of on that note, obviously books like these are really important for kids, but especially right now. I'd love to hear more from you about why right now is the moment to have books like this, and just why they're so important.
Well, I think that why they're so important right now is that there is, and I'm just going to come out and say it, there is an attack on the community, specifically with the most vulnerable, the most marginalized in our community, and we see that in lots of different dialogue, specifically political discourse, which trickles down to just everyday people, and that hurts kids. That we already know that the suicide rate of queer kids is so much higher than straight cis children, and I think it's really important now to address that and make sure that we just want queer kids to grow up. We just want them to become adults. We just want them to be able to see. Now I'm getting a little emotional. Thanks a lot.
Me too. You're doing great.
Oh, but when I was a kid and everyone talked about this cis heteronormative life, I wasn't able to paint the picture of my future, and my future was very dark and colorless. And I want all children to be able to think of the future and think of it in all of the colors. And I want it to be bright and beautiful for them. I'm sorry.
No, thank you.
Oh my gosh. I didn't think I was gonna cry today, but here we are.
No, it really is, like, especially with everything going on right now, it's like you said, it's so necessary. And I see folks sharing in the chat kind of their experiences of why having these conversations with young people is so important. So keep putting those in the chat. Also, thank you for the raid that we're getting. But go ahead. What were you gonna say?
It just takes one adult to be accepting of a kid for that suicide rate to go down. And I always, no matter where I go, I always ask every adult in the room, I say, will you be that one adult? Because if we all just did that one thing, we wouldn't have this this crisis. It's a crisis.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I think with a book like this, you're creating more and more of those adults, the folks maybe on the outskirts who are a little nervous, they don't know how to approach those conversations. This opens that up for them.
For sure.
Yeah, which is really, really special. Okay, so aside from writing children's book, you work a lot with LGBTQ plus youth directly. I want to know, like, what is your favorite part about doing that kind of work?
Well, first of all, it's learning new things. Like this is the first time I'm on a Twitch stream. I saw
Welcome.
the first time I ever saw anybody build a Minecraft anything.
It was so
Um,
cute. It turned out
it
great.
was I watched the whole thing. I was like, yeah, put a candy cane over there. I didn't know what was going on, but I was like, more gingerbread men, let's do it.
That's
But I
amazing.
think that it's so important for um all generations of queer people to listen to each other and respect each other's lenses, where we're coming from. And I think that one of the most I don't know, beautiful things about working with younger queer people is this sense of hopeful, like just hope, and this energy, and also the language. I love that. I was watching this stream earlier with the youth that were talking about just
Yeah.
identity and stuff, and I was like, wow, when I was a kid, I didn't even have the words. We didn't have the words. They weren't
Yeah.
given to us. Now the words are given, and there's a dialogue with those words. And I'm like, that's what I can take from them. I can listen to them. I can hear where they're coming from. And hopefully, because we all have to kind of reach back and help each other up, maybe I can reach back and help somebody pick themselves up.
I love that. That's really beautiful. I loved that the Youth Voices segment earlier today.
Oh,
I was
totally.
so proud of them. It was so good. And same with me, like my favorite part of working with queer youth is also how much I learn from them. I feel like every new group of kids, I learn a new term that they've come up with, a
Yeah.
new like they're figuring out the language that they need that they're missing, which is just so cool.
I hadn't heard of I didn't hear the word non-binary until probably 2015, and I went, "What's
Yeah.
that?" And I literally watched people talk about it, and I went, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa. That sounds like my experience." And that's why
Yeah.
representation is so important. When you see yourself, then you can define yourself if you want to. I'm for labels or not labels. Whatever you want to do with a label is your own business. um I love that you can define who you are, and you can see where you fit in within a community. And so yeah, I think that's really important.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah. And I want to thank you so, so much, not only for the work that you're doing, but also the support that you're giving It Gets Better. I mean, it is truly is like a blessing to get to work with folks like you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So I want to shout out a portion of the pre-sale proceeds from your book are going to It Gets Better. I want to know like what brought you to us. I actually don't know the backstory of
Sure.
like how you got here.
So my publisher, Susan from Rebel Goose, she came to me and she said, "You know what? I want to give back through
Mm,
this book." And I said, "Awesome. Who do you want to give back to?" And I have an organization um, out of Hamilton. It's a fund called the Unicorn Fund, that we've
love.
raised about $75,000 for queer youth in Hamilton. Me and my husband started it. And she said, "What about that?" And I said, "No, that's good. Like we've taken care of that, and we're getting donations for that." And I was like, "This is a book that's going to be cross the border." Because she bought the rights to the USA and Canada, and I was like, I want an
Yeah.
organization that's going to cover um, both sides. And I worked with It Gets Better in the past through some of their advocacy work, and I just absolutely love what they do, what they stand for, and our values just matched up. And I said, "What about It Gets Better?" And she said, "Yeah, that's who I want to donate to." And I said, "Well, then I'm going to match your donation." So me and her teamed up to
Amazing.
um, donate to It Gets Better.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Thank you so much. And I think truly it's a match made in heaven because, it gets better. Like the whole vibe is this joy rebellion is this like we're going to be our authentic selves, we're going to be happy, we're going to be thriving despite it all. And I think that's what encompass as well as like a
It's
human and a creator.
it's that future I was talking about where kids seeing queer adults talking about their lives. Like I want a young person to see me happy and joyful and
Mm,
married,
yeah.
and I have a career, and I'm doing really well. And that's not the case for everyone,
Yeah.
but we need to have some people that they can see and go, okay, there's something I can be that if I want to be that. I think that's so important to have that representation, and it gets better. That's what it's all about, is it gets better. Just if you just all of you listening, anybody out there, youth, adult, queer person, just it gets better. Hold on. The world needs you. It does.
100%. Absolutely. Thank you so
I'm
much.
crying again.
You're amazing. You're such a sweetheart. When does the book come out and where can people find it?
The book, like, I cannot believe the attention it's gotten, because it doesn't come out until June 2nd of next year. So you can pre-order it. Please pre-order the book. Proceeds go to It Gets Better, but also if I sell a whole bunch, I think I end up on some sort of like a bestseller list, which I
Ooh.
would really, I'd like to put a feather in one of the multiple hats that I own. So if that's a possibility, please buy the book, or and if you don't have someone in your life to buy it for, put one in your little local library, or donate it to your library, or your local community group.
I love that idea. Yeah. That's great. That's so cool. Okay. All right. I see people in the chat. They're ready to hear the book. They want to see it. So without further ado, we're gonna say goodbye, and we're gonna watch your intro video to the book, and then the official reading of the book with our youth voices and some special celebrities. So
Oh, yes, some
yes,
special
very
celebrities.
special
Yes.
celebrities. Okay. Thank you so much for being here, Chris.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. Bye.
Hey everybody, it's Chris Paul Rainbows. As part of the It Gets Better Queer-A-Thon, I want to thank you for joining me and a bunch of my friends for this very special read-along of my new book, Guinea Pigs Don't Wear Pants. Before we begin, I would like to acknowledge the land. I am located on the shared traditional territories of the Haudenosaunee and the Anishinaabe nations. I offer this acknowledgement with gratitude and with a commitment to ongoing learning, respect, and solidarity. I'd like now to introduce you to my friend Laura, who assisted me with the two-spirit character designs in my book.
Ani Kinuea, Ozawashkozi and Onkwe Indigenacas, Nipissing and Dunjaba, Memesquanani Si and Dodem, Nishmanadoak and Dao. Hi everybody, my name is Laura, and I'm from Nipissing First Nation on my father's side, Red Tail Hawk Clan, and I am Two-Spirit. LGBTQIA+ people have been in existence since the beginning of time. We know this around the world. We also know it here on Turtle Island, which we now know as Canada and the US. Hundreds of Indigenous nations all over Turtle Island have their own unique languages and dialects. Each of these languages and dialects have their own ways of expressing gender diversity, whether it be unique terms or embedded ways of speaking. For example, in Anishinaabemowin, we don't have any pronouns for he or she, but we do have freestanding pronouns to describe different gender identities. These languages are thousands and thousands of years old, and hundreds of Indigenous communities have knowledges since time immemorial. We know that we've been here from the beginning, and we will be forever. That's why all kids deserve to know that they're loved for exactly who they are. And when we stick together, everything does get better.
Thank you, Laura and Migwich. So today is all about raising funds to support 2S LGBTQIA+ youth. My publisher, Rebel Goose, and myself are donating 2% of all of the books sold between now and the book's launch on June 2nd, 2026. All that money is going right to It Gets Better to support their life-changing storytelling, education, and community programs and initiatives. Thank you for showing up today and celebrating queer joy. And now it's time to enjoy the story.
Chris.
Oh, hi, Susan. That's my publisher, Susan, from Rebel Goose. We're about to start the story, Susan.
You're supposed to say the first line.
She's right. I better find my guinea pigs. Gotta go. Guinea pigs don't wear pants. It would slow their hurried scurry.
And llamas don't wear lipstick. Their lips are far too furry.
Chickens couldn't do chicken things while wearing poodle skirts.
And how would poodles go poodling in button-down chicken shirts?
But you, my friend, are special. You can wear just what you want.
Lipstick, skirts, or chicken shirts. You can saunter, you can flaunt.
Fiddler crabs don't play the fiddle, no matter what they say.
And toucans just can't can. Their beaks get in the way.
Bunnies don't do ballet, and buffaloes don't blow bassoons.
Billy goats can't find the notes to sing a song in tune.
But you, my friend, are special. You can do all sorts of things.
Sing or dance, given the chance. You could rock out on some strings.
Painted turtles, they can't paint with shades of blue or pink.
And you'll never find a scaly skink skating round a hockey rink.
Giraffes can't do gymnastics. They end with a knotted neck.
And never let a hippo cook. For your kitchen they will wreck.
But you, my friend, are special. Your fate is yours to create. A chef, a painter, a gymnast, or skater, whatever you do, you'll be great.
No matter if you're a boy or a girl, other or in between.
You, my friend, are special. And that special must be seen.
So look around this great big world, discover something new.
You, my friend, are special, and anything's for you.